What's going on, gamers? I wanted to show you this new build I've been running with my Titan. This Strand build is insane, literally suspending all enemies, woven mail up at all times, and using juicy Izanagi damage to destroy all the enemies, even champs. I ran it in the Nightfall today when I was running Arms Dealer trying to farm a hothead, and luckily enough I got my demo explosive light hothead right off the rip. Get your hotheads this week while the double reps here. I'm gonna pull 3. Let's see what we get. Was it juice? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. But anyways, I was really taking my time on creating a Titan Strand build because I knew a lot of people were using different exotics, different weapons, and I wanted to find one that I could just feel like I was on like Heart of the Most Light builds, like recharging abilities, always having abilities up, suspending enemies, woven mail. And when I suspended enemies, especially on my Warlock, I realized that we weren't doing a lot of DPS to champions and majors and even tormentors, so I figured I would throw this build together. So quickly, we're just going to be going over the subclass itself. We're going to be going over the subclass right now. You can use Rally Barricade or Tower Barricade, it's up to you. I use Shackle Grenades, and the jump is totally up to you, but I use Catapult. There's only 2 aspects available, so we're good there. So the fragments I'm going to be running is Thread of Continuity, pretty much increased duration on Suspend, which is huge. Generation for dealing damage generates grenade energy. So this is huge when you're using machine guns, rockets, Izanagi, because it's all about how much damage you do. So if you shoot like a submachine gun or an auto rifle, your grenade energy is going to take a little longer to generate. Thread of Warding, picking up an Orb of Power, grants woven mail. This is huge, especially with the exotic boots. This last one is totally up to you. I've been using Thread of Mind, defeating suspended targets, grants class abilities. So this is what I was talking about, feeling like a Heart of the Most Light build. My subclass itself is giving me class ability and also my grenade energy. Weapons is really important here, so I chose Izanagi for suspended enemies. When I suspend the enemies, I'm gonna Izanagi ×4, Hone Edge, a champion or a major, and destroy them. I'm going to be using Unforgiven to take advantage of the volatile flow, volatile rounds, plus I have Demolitionist on this submachine gun, so it's going to give me back my grenade energy. The reason why I'm using this Circular Logic machine gun is because this is a Strand weapon. Now, again, I didn't farm for this today, but this can roll with Envious Assassin and Target Lock. So Envious Assassin, if you do damage with your energy slot and your Izanagi, it will load the machine gun for you. And I think Target Lock could be really good if you wanted to use it for DPS, but I'm using Hatchling and Feeding Frenzy for now, but I just wanted to give it a quick shout out on those perks. Before I get into the armor, I want to talk about the artifact. So the reason why this is so huge to use a Strand weapon, and especially I chose to use it in the heavy slot, is because of Untangler and Threaded Blast. Destroying a tangle with a Strand weapon suspends targets damaged by the explosion. This is good. Every time you suspend an enemy, you get woven mail with this build because you're using the new exotic boots, the Abeyant Leaps. Improved lash, and you also gain woven mail when suspending targets. So if I Izanagi shot an enemy that's suspended, melee something, get a couple multi-kills, I'm going to produce a tangle. And when I destroy it with a Strand weapon, it's going to suspend the targets. But with Threaded Blast, when I destroy a tangle with a threaded weapon, it creates a larger, more damaging explosion. So not only am I getting like a Warmind cell fill here, but I'm getting a huger explosion, damaging the targets, and I'm also suspending them. This is insane. Counter Weave, I ran in the Nightfall today. When I or my teammate stuns a champion, I gain energy from my least charged Strand ability. You could sit here and stun a champion 2-3 times and juice up your abilities. We're taking advantage of Volatile Flow, Bricks from Beyond, and Shatter Orbs. I chose Strand, Void, and Grenade mods here, simply because we're going to go into the armor now. On my helmet, since I'm using Strand and Void weapons, I want to be able to make Orbs of Power for Woven Mail and my super. I am using Heavy Ammo Finder. I feel like Heavy Ammo Finders are finally fixed, and it's good to always get ammo for your heavy machine gun. On the gauntlets, this is where we're going to recharge our abilities. Every time I use heavy-handed, I use a powerful melee. The Titan gets 3. I create an Orb of Power. So get an enemy weak, hit him with the claw, create an orb, woven mail, volatile flow, you're unstoppable. Bolstering detonation grants class ability energy when I cause damage with the grenade. So not only is my subclass giving me class ability energy when I stun a champion, class ability energy, but now I'm getting it every time I throw a grenade. And momentum transfer, causing damage with a grenade, reduces melee cooldown. So this is all cooldowns. This is what I'm saying. These mods make it feel like I just always have my abilities up. Chest is going to be all about your resist mods, but if you want to get fancy and throw charged up so you can have more armor charges, that's totally up to you. This is very important on the boots, is your surges. I'm running 2 kinetic weapon surges for the Izanagi. So since I have 2 of these on, I'm getting a 17% damage increase to my Izanagi. This thing hits like a truck. You could go triple kinetic surge, but I chose to get 10% on my energy weapon as well. You could take off Void and put on Strand. This is totally up to you, but make sure you at least put 2 slots for your Izanagi. On the class item, we're going to do Reaper. Every time I use my class ability, I'm going to make an orb. Again, this is huge for your abilities and keeping up Woven Mail. Bomber, reducing grenade cooldown when using my class ability, and reduces melee cooldown when I use my class ability. So throwing all these mods together, it's just nothing but cooldowns, DPS, damage resist, volatile flow, and plus the super is amazing. I know I went into a lot of detail here. I know it takes a long time to explain this build, but I really wanted to get it out there and show you that this is going to be like a GM Reaper. Now again, you can use this in raids, patrols, lost sectors. Just remember, if you're going into like a Gsxrclyde encounter, you might want to throw on stuff that's going to do DPS, rockets, machine gun, whatever you want. But yeah, Titan's looking tough with the brand new shader. I'm excited. Erebos glance. This is looking like a snack right now. I went with Bullman, and I hope you enjoyed this build. Again, if you stayed to the end of the video, you're probably going to see the nice crispy overlay right now. I'm going to give you this whole build so you can pause, screenshot, do whatever you like, use the mods. Maybe you find something better to run to make this even more busted, but I was waiting patiently to make this build, and I'm glad I did because I destroyed some Nightfalls today and I had fun. Dim link will be down in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.